we're sitting here 5 years from now, and thanks to your company, what are you looking back in 2024, amazed that from a healthcare perspective, women were X. What's changed, and what role has your company had in creating that change?
My name's Karine Karmi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Origin. We're the national leader in pelvic floor and full body PT for women. And my vision is that there will be standing orders for everyone after they give birth to get a pelvic floor rehab program, whether they're giving birth vaginally or through C-section. I hope that we look back at today's times as if we're in the dark ages around women's health and how we support folks. You get more physical therapy and rehab when you break your ankle or sprain your pinky than when you deliver a child, or when you're going through menopause and you experience, all of the issues that are so common. Today in the US, 86% of women have pelvic floor dysfunction and only 4% are getting diagnosed. So this is an issue of epidemic proportions. And I hope that not only is this accessible, that it's affordable in network for folks around the country.
Based on what you're doing today, if you could share one real outcome, short story or use case that is happening today and positively affecting the women that are using your product.
Yeah, so Origin has the benefit of being both in person and virtually, and sometimes I get to experience, the magic that happens when you're in person. And I was in one of our clinics recently and was told by our staff that there was actually 3 women from the same family in that day. It started with a patient who was recovering postpartum, very common issues, incontinence. She also had mommy thumb, which is kind of what happens when you're breastfeeding or holding your child a lot. And so she was getting care. And ultimately told her sister, who was younger and had experienced chronic tailbone pain, that was actually pretty underdiagnosed. She had gone to different physical therapists, ended up at Origin, and was finally getting the care she needed because it was comorbid with her pelvic floor dysfunction. And then her mom was coming in for prolapse as well. And so for me, the idea that this care is so intergenerational is so critical, because it's not just a postpartum issue. It's not just a menopause issue. We have these muscles throughout our lives and we need to be treating them holistically. So it's really inspiring for me.
Well, what I'm going to ask you to do, because I think so much of success is around your team and your company and the humans involved in your company, and you folks are the leaders. So I want you to come up with just 3 words that define your team, what keeps people excited, how you're being sure that you get inclusion of different voices, and given the time, literally 3 words or 3 phrases that best describe what differentiates the humans in your company.
I'll share 3 of our values: own it, go big, and be generous.